Welcome to AIU Perspectives. I'm your host, Dan Rinkus. Fall is here. Students and educators are back in their classrooms, hard at work. For educators, their pedagogy is beginning to bear fruit. Now I know what you're thinking. What is pedagogy? Well, luckily, we have the definition for you.
Pedagogy is the method and practice of teaching, especially as an academic subject or theoretical concept.
That's Andrew, by the way. He's one of our communications specialists here at the AIU. Thanks, Andrew.
You're welcome.
Now then, pedagogy is all about how a teacher teaches, whether that's through theories, tests, or technology. And technology is a key part of this episode of AIU Perspectives. It's time to examine one of the AIU's premier programs, Transform Ed. From professional learning to providing access to technology, we learn why this program's mission is vital.
We do often hear that students who might struggle in more traditional settings really thrive with kind of hands-on learning in a maker space or designing a game with computer coding.
And I learn how you can make music with Play-Doh.
That's our middle C.
Plus, we hear the stories of our best and brightest minds.
I feel so lucky to have an opportunity to work with students daily and provide access to education for them.
We introduce you to the recipients of the Mission Possible Award, why these bright lights of the AIU make it an even better place to educate and work. And we dive into the facts and figures of our AIU Family Centers, how the services provided by these community hubs add up to make an impact well beyond their walls. Right now, though, let's take you inside Transform Ed and their equitable commitment to provide cutting-edge technology for learners and educators. Transform Ed is a complex and critical mission, helping educators learn new and developing technologies together so they can take that knowledge and spread it at their home school districts.
The world is changing around us constantly, and I think more and more so it's changing rapidly.
Tyler Samstag is Program Director of Transform Ed and Director of Instructional Innovation at the AIU. He emphasizes the evolution of teachers, helping them keep pace with the changing world.
Even a decade ago, a piece of technology that could be leveraged to read a book aloud or to take text and transform it into audio was expensive. But nowadays, everybody has that capacity in their pocket.
But while many kinds of technology are more accessible, the cost of providing cutting-edge learning tools to an entire classroom can be costly.
If you go to a more affluent district, they have more resources to buy new technology, so it might feel, like the norm. But districts who might not have those same resources, it is a struggle to kind of integrate new technologies.
That's where another key plank of Transform Ed's mission comes into focus.
By offering free professional development, the lending library, it can be everything from teachers borrowing it because they otherwise would not have access to that technology, or it could be a try before you buy. You can test something out before you make a financial investment.
Those options can be critical, especially for students who learn in different ways.
We do often hear that students who might struggle in more traditional settings really thrive with kind of hands-on learning in a maker space or designing a game with computer coding.
It's personal for Samstag, a Pittsburgh native who found his love for teaching during a stint with AmeriCorps in the Wilkinsburg School District. He studied education at Columbia University and taught alternative education before continuing to Harvard's Graduate School of Education and its Mind, Brain, and Education program.
I think special educators are inherently very innovative educators, although they're not always regarded as such. And so I think my interest in innovation really stems from my background as a special education teacher.
The AIU's STEAM Technology Lending Library, funded by the Pittsburgh Penguins Foundation, is a key tool for all educators.
Technology is always changing, and it's our job to keep up with it.
Transform Ed Instructional Innovation Coordinator Rachel McVeigh helped oversee an update to the Lending Library's offerings this year.
A lot of the items that were offered before will still be available, those that are still really, really relevant. And then we're going to be adding also some new thematic kits.
Those kits include helping students run their own businesses, while younger ages will have kits that help them develop problem-solving and collaborative skills, especially important in the wake of the COVID pandemic.
Many of the offerings will be off-screen. I think in some schools it might be a nice change of pace because now we're in a situation where so much has moved on-screen because of the pandemic, but it's really about finding that balance.
Another way Transform Ed helps educators innovate is through workshops. Earlier this year, Transform Ed held its first successful educator workshop since before the pandemic. With partners such as SLB Radio, Inglis, Matt's Makerspace, Flux Space, and the Children's Museum, these workshops put educators through their paces, showing them how to do everything from podcasting to building and coding drones to creating toys for students who have disabilities.
Using educational technology was always really exciting for me. It helped keep me really inspired and motivated.
McVeigh, also a Pittsburgh native, studied international studies and Spanish Latin American studies at American University in Washington. When she moved home, she got a little nudge.
And my mom suggested, why don't you try teaching? She knew that I wanted to do something with language and culture at the time.
McVeigh went from teaching at a day camp to getting her master's degree at Duquesne, running headlong into a career that combined one newfound passion with another.
As I look back on that path, that kind of winding path, when I was teaching Spanish, I loved using technology in my classroom.
McVeigh said not only did it force her to be creative, it also engaged her students at a higher level, something I experienced during my visit to Transform Ed.
I'm here with Rachel in the Transform Ed space, and we're here with a computer, some wires, and some Play-Doh. Tell me about what we're doing here, Rachel.
We're making music.
Okay, this is awesome.
Yes, yes. So what we're using today is Makey, which is this. And you can see it's plugged into my laptop here. And this can really act as the keys to a keyboard.
Okay, and this is part of a program that it's not just for kids who might like to play with Play-Doh, very young children. You said it's for all learners, really.
Yeah, it's for all learners, and it can really be tied into lots of different content areas.
Makey can be borrowed from the lending library and allows students to do everything from writing interactive stories to making interactive posters. It's the technical lessons behind those activities that teachers want students to pick up.
With the younger learners, they can learn like the basics of circuitry with this. They can learn some good problem solving and collaboration skills, and really also creativity. But then your older learners can really level it up also and get into coding.
As you were setting this up, you were talking about circuitry and what a closed circuit is, and basically that you could use these as the keys on a keyboard per se. So why don't you go ahead and show me exactly how that works, because I was interested as you were setting up and thought there's no way that Play-Doh can, serve as a keyboard. Show me how it works.
Yeah, it's really neat. So with this on my screen, you'll see I have the keys of a piano.
Okay.
The different keys, like these ones have arrows on them. Mm-hmm. So those correspond to their little arrows on our Makey here.
Okay.
What I have here is different alligator clips just kind of placed on Play-Doh. And if I hold this one, I can start to make music just because I'm closing that circuit.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So cool. So you can play, even with a few notes, probably any song.
Sure. Yeah. So we'll try this one.
Okay.
So you could, for example, give kids the challenge of helping them figure out how to play this song. And in small groups, there would be some negotiating between students to figure out the best ways to do this. And you could level that up too by giving them all the parts separately, and they really have to take control over it. Or you could kind of demonstrate how it works with the Play-Doh for them.
Okay. Yeah, it's an interesting way to learn and, really accessible. Can I give it a shot?
Yeah, please do.
Okay,
so you want to hold this.
Yes. All right. And then,
yep, you can start tapping. That's our middle C.
Oh, I did it. Well, that's great. I feel like a musician already. This is great.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Both McVeigh and Samstag are proud to be on the front lines of change in education. They continually push forward, making sure every learner has access to the technology they need to succeed.
I think what we're going to see is just really lowering barriers for young people and leveraging technologies in ways that they can access learning in ways that just really wasn't imaginable even a decade ago.
They know the steps they are taking, the workshops they are hosting, and the tools they are lending will have a lasting legacy.
The opportunity for impact is much greater because I'm able to cast a wider net and work with educators from all over the region, it's really a privilege to be able to work with educators here.
It's time for AIU Facts and Figures, where we bring depth to the facts and figures behind the people and programs of the Allegheny Intermediate Unit. The AIU's Family Centers are a key part of the agency's early childhood, family, and community services division, providing a broad array of supports and services including home visits, parenting classes, and connecting families to vital resources. The AIU has 10 family centers across Allegheny County. These community-based centers serve thousands of local families and children each year. Working alongside Allegheny County, AIU Family Centers deliver essential services for free to families who need them. Our centers are home to a variety of partners, including the AIU's Early Childhood Education, Fatherhood, Project Elect, and TIER programs. Our centers also attain the prestigious Blue Ribbon status from parents as teachers, scoring at least 80% in the quality standards set by the curriculum. Parents as Teachers is a renowned childhood development organization that gives parent educators and parents the tools and training to help children grow. Our Family Center staff are helping families continuously improve, earning Parents as Teachers quality endorsement. That seal of approval is just one more reason the AIU's Family Centers are trusted community hubs. In May, 4 AIU employees got quite the surprise when they showed up at the central office.
I'm quite shocked. I was told I was coming down for a meeting today, so I had to rearrange my students, and I was thinking, what the heck?
I was shocked, but I'm also honored.
I'm very shocked and I'm very happy, and I did almost get teary-eyed as well when they said my name.
I mean, I was surprised and honored even just to be nominated.
Those employees were winners of the 2023-2024 Mission Possible Award. The honors presented to AIU staff who have had a positive and influential impact on their work environment and overcame an obstacle or fostered cooperation in their work group while carrying out their responsibilities.
So I think the AIU's mission of serving all students, I feel on the daily that that's what I get an opportunity to do. And I go home at the end of the day and I feel good about it.
Mindy Robbins is a teacher for the deaf and hard of hearing in the Special Education and Pupil Services Division. She was honored for creating an online magazine for her students.
I feel so lucky to have an opportunity to work with students daily and provide access to education for them, to kind of build bridges for them to one another and to their home school district.
Accountant Karen McCamey earned her Mission Possible Award for her finance work. She put in extra hours to help a local school district finish an audit under a tight time frame.
Shared services is very important to the AIU, and it certainly is a good thing if we can help school districts to save money, because money is tight for all of us.
She was proud to join an esteemed group of AIU employees who have won this honor.
I know last year's winners, when you heard their accomplishments, it was amazing some of the things that they did, and it's great to work with an amazing group of people.
Joining that select group was Jeanette Casiato, Assistant Program Director for Early Childhood Education Services.
I've been working here for almost 20 years, and it's nice that colleagues and staff recognize that, and I was very shocked and honored.
7 of Jeanette's colleagues nominated her for the Mission Possible Award, citing her kindness and supportiveness with staff and families.
So every day is a new day. It's very challenging at times. You never know what one day is going to be like, and I do try to go above and beyond for my staff, and I appreciate all their efforts as well.
Joining Jeanette as an awardee was Craig Sinning, a Systems Administrator with Waterfront Learning.
It's really great to get this reward. I feel like I'm representing a lot of people that I know do that sort of quiet work in the background.
Craig led a project to integrate Waterfront's student information system with its curriculum partners to improve access to online courses. It was a purely behind-the-scenes effort.
It's the kind of work a lot of people don't really see, right?
But while no one outside of Craig's work team took note,
they don't realize anything happened, which means I did my job well.
His team made sure his efforts were recognized by nominating him. The Mission Possible Award honors AIU employees who go above and beyond, and these winners say it's important to feel valued.
It is important for employees to feel appreciated, because through the day-to-day, there's a lot of grind that you have to go through.
It's just one more way the AIU centers people in its mission of serving every learner.
You know, I'm doing something that I feel good about, and so intrinsically I already feel good about it, but to know that it's recognized and that others see it as well, yeah, it feels really good.
You can learn more about all AIU honors by going to the Awards and Recognition section of our website, aiu3.net. Thanks for joining us for this episode of AIU Perspectives. We have one more episode this season coming up in December before we take our winter break. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our AIU YouTube channel, and thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.